All right. Welcome back, guys. Welcome. Hey, Adriana, what's up? Joel, what's up? What is up? Okay, so I think people are slowly getting the notifications here. So hey, thank you guys for 2 likes. Hey, 3 likes. Hey, do nothing, what's up to you? What's up right back to you? Gracias, cool music, by the way. I saw the YouTube notification. I had to join right away. There we go, Adriana. That's what I like to see. Make sure you guys have your notification bells on. All right. So, hope you guys are liking the new music here. I am going to go over SPY and QQQ for you all, since a lot of you guys have a lot of questions on what could happen next, because we had a pretty large move. Well, this entire week has been a huge move. I've been telling you guys it's gonna happen. So if you guys listen, congrats. If you guys didn't, then oh well. But with SPY, okay, so tomorrow is OPEX. All right, tomorrow is OPEX. Usually that indicates that we should be seeing a red day, because different forms of trading, they expire, right? For example, option contracts, they all expire simultaneously. So that's going to create some selling, because people will want to sell before OPEX, right? So people who, for example, people who are holding option contracts that expire tomorrow on June 16th will definitely sell, right? That's all there is to it, okay? Now, with that in mind, okay, I still believe that there's gonna be one more slight pump early in the morning tomorrow. Today we hit almost this $444 whole number level, okay? And we rejected around $443.90, so exactly 10 cents away. So there could be a possibility that tomorrow we could see another hit at 440, maybe even a little touch to 445, and then we come back down. Okay, that is a possibility there. Hey, 5 likes. Thank you guys. We're halfway there to 10. Awesome. So basically, for SPY tomorrow, we can continue to squeeze. And the only reason why I say that is that, again, shorts have been squeezed for the past almost 3 weeks now. So almost a month here. And the RSI is getting a bit overbought. But remember, just because we have an overbought RSI, right? Because we got an overbought RSI just this week, okay? Doesn't mean that we're going to see an immediate pullback. But again, tomorrow we have a catalyst called OPEX. And we can use that, and shorts can use that as a catalyst to absolutely, push the price back down, right? Smack the price back down, and we can see a blow off the top type of price action. So we have to be aware of that. And then QQQ. So this one is extremely overbought. Okay, so this one has to definitely start consolidating. All right, and I can erase this now. All right, so this one is going to be, again, QQQs, the Qs, right? The volume has been increasing for the past more than a month here, and I love what I see. But we have hit our ultimate target at 369, and we ended up staying over 369, and this is a pretty critical level here. And this was our first, I would say, first lower high when we had that initial downtrend in early 2022 to mid 2022. So we were able to break out over this 368.99, and we closed at 370.26. This is great. All right, we're definitely in a bull market, like I've been saying since nearly half of last year. And then in late last year, I told you guys that 2023 to 2026 will be a great year and you have to be involved. Okay, so Joel, you said took puts on SPY 439, should have scalped it, held too long, should scalp on the uptrend. Yes. So Joel, it looks like you have a downtrend mindset, and tomorrow might just be the day that you can get that redemption for that that put trade that didn't work out. We'll go over it tomorrow at our one-on-one session there. But so that's kind of it for the markets here, guys. You know, for SPY, if you're gonna pull back, I expect another pullback right back to this 434.50 level. Okay, I could erase all these too. Okay, so you know, if we do pull back to 434.50, we can come back to, you know, this 430 level that we broke out of, right? I mean, I even gave you guys this in that previous live stream, the most recent live stream that has been uploaded in my channel. So make sure you guys take a look at that. I gave my entire reason why you should long over 430, right? And so, I mean, literally you guys could have just swung it, right? And you'll be up 12 points. Right, I gave you guys some very, very high quality trade setups, right? And that's the reason why most people follow me too, right? Because I give them really, really good high quality trade setups. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, and so again, SPY, I expect a full pullback back to 434.50, or maybe if we lose 434.50 and if you want to have a nice sizable pullback, 430 is our level. And then QQQ, this one's gonna have a deeper pullback, even though the Qs have been very, very strong, right? So the relative strength is still there. I wouldn't expect the relative strength to suddenly just poof and disappear if you have a pullback, but we are in dire need of a textbook pullback. So possibly, if we're able to pull back to 357.50 and then maybe start bouncing a little bit, consolidating, and then break below 357.50 and come back down to retest 348, then, okay, so here's a little visualization, right? We can start basing around 348 to 357.50. That's going to be a wide price range, but I think we can start really consolidating right here. It could be either a descending channel from this point forward, or tomorrow if you have a pullback, or we can just have a textbook bull flag or bull pennant chart pattern forming. Does that make sense, guys? Makes sense. Perfect. Okay, so that's it for the market review there. Make sure you guys understand what's going on tomorrow with that OPEX. All right. Now I kind of want to quickly go over futures. So SPY futures is also a bit overbought, but actually SPY futures, I think it's been overbought only slightly. Yeah, so there's a chance that we can see SPY futures and Q futures pulling back only a little bit compared to the equity ETFs. The equity market, excuse me. So Yeah. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is kind of, I mean, it's basically similar to SPY and the Qs with ES and NQ. I'm also interested in RTY, the Russell 2000s futures. So this one is going to be definitely interesting as the summer seasonality trends start kicking in, which could actually happen. Well, we could actually start seeing that happen tomorrow after OPEX. So basically next week on Monday. So RTY or Russell 2000 futures, these are the small caps. I expect it to continue to flag out. And that means you have to watch IWM. All right, IWM made a big move today, a good bounce. I also alerted this one as well. I gave you guys specific contracts to get. So hopefully some of you guys got that yesterday. Or was it today? No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. Yeah. So continue to hold those July contracts. I fully expect small caps to have a very strong run all throughout summer as the leaders like the tech and other innovative company stocks kind of pull back and start consolidating and letting off some steam. Okay, and when that money is flowing out, I expect that money to come in and flow into the small caps, laggards, but especially the small caps. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Very, very easy thing to understand, especially in the bull market, right? Whenever we see the initial start of a bull market, we tend to see the leaders, the one with the most weights in each ETF or index funds. They start to move first, and then after some time, we start to see the laggards moving. So it's kind of a good balance of leaders move first and then laggards, and then switches back to leaders and then switches back to laggards. So it's a very constant and very good oscillation or flux with sector rotations and these market cap rotations as well. Okay. All right. So the first thing that I want to look at is Rivian. So I'm going to post this on my Instagram feed today. Where did all my lines go? Okay. Well, anyways, I mean, I don't know why they're not here anymore, but I guess TradingView might have accidentally glitched and accidentally erased my lines here, but doesn't matter. I'll show you guys basically what I'm doing here. So first of all, the weekly time frame or even just the monthly, right? Severely oversold. All right. Actually, the monthly. Yeah, the monthly is severely oversold. And whenever I see that happening, right? And then on the weekly, when I see the weekly gaining strength with increasing volume, that usually tells me that there is a squeeze inbound. All right, I think that's what happened with AI, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yes, so here is a great example. All right, so C3.ai, or just ticker symbol AI, all right? Monthly was extremely oversold in the single digits. And then if we looked at the weekly, okay, somewhere around here at the same time, we're starting to see some increase in relative strength. All right, we're getting out of that 30 value or under 30 value for the RSI. And we're coming back to that 40 to 50 range and kind of recalibrating back to that normal range. And so for Rivian, we're seeing the same thing, right? We're seeing the same thing. So this is really something that I like to look at, this confluence of technical indicators, right? Especially using just the RSI and then the price wise as well. So with that information on the weekly and monthly RSIs, if I go back on the daily time frame, okay, we see that the RSI for today was 60.44. So that means this name has some really good strength coming in, right? And we're also seeing an increase in volume just on the daily time frame, even just the past 2 days, right? The average volume has been increasing. That's great to see. Now, if we take off the RSI here and just focus on what we're seeing, the price action and the technical analysis, okay, we see a very good macro base. So the resistance is at 15.70 or around 50.75, or if you guys just want to round up, 15.80 Or if you guys want to make it as simple as possible, 16, right? Whole number level. Easy to follow. And so we have this nice base going on. And then guess what? We have an inherently bullish chart pattern forming. We have what we call an inverted head and shoulders chart pattern. So I'm finding really good confluence of bullish indications on this name, on the weekly, the monthly, and now on the daily. So again, let's do a quick summary here for all the new people coming in. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, what's up? Ooh, 6 likes. Let's go. So as a summary for Rivian, okay, the monthly, the RSI is really, really low. Okay, it's at 12.81 right now. And if you go on the weekly, the RSI is slowly gaining strength. It's recalibrating back to the 40s to 50s range. How do we know? Well, today, the RSI is at 42.82. It closed at 42.82 today on Thursday. And just based on here, on this line is oscillating between nearly back to 40s to 50s. It's moving away from that 30 oversold value. And again, this is similar to what we saw in AI, right? Ticker symbol AI, right? Let me just show you one more time, guys, one more time. So the monthly, right around here for AI, was very oversold. And then on the weekly, we're starting to see an increase in relative strength on the RSI as the value starts to recalibrate back to the 40s to 50s range. Okay? And so Rivian is doing the same thing on the weekly and monthly. But on the daily, Rivian is showing a very, very nice base or a very nice inverted head and shoulders chart pattern. This is a very good inherent bullish chart pattern. So you have bullish confluence on the daily, the weekly, and monthly. All right, it can't get better than this. So this one is definitely a squeeze candidate, all right, with all the other EV names just running up. I mean, even just Chinese EV names like NIO, right? NIO is squeezing higher. XPEV is squeezing higher. Li Auto is squeezing higher. Okay, so the entire EV space is squeezing higher except for Rivian. All right, I think Lucid even made a move. Nope, not yet. So Lucid is still being shorted, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm not interested in Lucid. I mean, it's not doing much. So Rivian, okay, Rivian, definitely a laggard. And also, Lucid is also a laggard, but I'm a lot more interested in Rivian, okay? So, you know, with that, I think it's called the DB conference or something like that. Something along those lines. They have a catalyst coming up, or I think they had the catalyst already this week. I haven't really caught up with the news or any of the catalysts for this name. But overall, just based on the technical analysis here, we have a very, very, very nice bullish confluence on all three bigger time frames, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So you guys have to look at this one. And again, you guys can watch the recording of this live stream to really follow through and see and review what I just told you guys and how you guys can use it on your own swing trades and position trades as well. And again, I'm going to post the same thing on my Instagram profile, my Instagram account. So make sure you guys are following at ChartsFocus1. Okay, you guys can find the tag or the Instagram handle in the description box below. So Rivian here, again, this is gonna be a phenomenal trade. We're already in this one. Okay, I'm looking to add more tomorrow if we get a nice little pullback. Because again, the right shoulder is still forming. Because if you compare it to the left one, right, the right shoulder is still a little bit, it needs a little bit more time, right? I just love the fact that we're seeing an increase in volume. So even if we don't see a complete formation of the right shoulder, this increase in volume will allow the price to finally break over that 15.80 or again, just that $16 whole number level and see a squeeze up to $17, which is my first target price. And then ultimately, I want us to see back to 19 to 20. Okay, so 19 to 20. But if we're in absolute squeeze mode, okay, I expect this to come back to around 21.50. This is my ultimate price target, 21.50 for a huge short squeeze. Okay, so Rivian, make sure you guys take a look at that. All right, so the last name here that I want to go over with you guys is Snow. And now this is a good time for you guys to type in the tickers that you guys want me to go over in the live chat. So make sure you guys send me the tickers that you want me to go over for you before the week ends tomorrow and before OPEX. And for the people who are just joining in, thank you guys so much for the likes. Thank you for joining in. Our goal tonight for the stream is 10 likes total. And yeah, just enjoy your stay. And hopefully, you guys are able to watch the recording as well. I've dropped some really good knowledge and good information for tomorrow and what you guys should be expecting in the markets. And I gave a pretty good breakdown on Rivian. And if you guys missed it again, you guys can check out the recording, or I will be posting Rivian tonight on my Instagram account. So you guys can check it out at ChartsFocus1. All right, so hey, welcome guys, welcome. There are a lot more people coming in now. Awesome. Let's get to 10 likes. Let's go. We're at 6 likes, 4 more, and we're at 10. Let's go. All right, so my second name here that I want to go over with you all is Snow. So if you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys know I was posting this everywhere when the market was live and open today, because we absolutely sniped Snow. All right, we actually got in over, well, I got in personally, once we were starting to move over near the previous high of the day, which was yesterday, all right, 181.33. Hey, Anthony, what's up? What's up? Okay, so, this one is moving really well. It's a laggard, and look at the MACD. All right, I hardly use the MACD, but I want to use it for people who do use MACD, since MACD and RSI are pretty much the most popular technical indicators that people like to use. For me, it's the RSI, but again, throughout the years, I really don't need to check the RSI. I can kind of tell when the price is overbought or oversold or just in between the values of 70 and 30. So I don't really tend to use it, but I just want to show you guys as a good visual, representation on what the price is doing, right? So MACD, the momentum, right? What it's showing us visually is that the momentum is back to the buyers, right? And we're able to break over this critical level of resistance at 185 flat, right? This whole number level of 185, and today was our third retest, which gave us a very nice breakout with the help, obviously, by the overall market. So 185 was the clear confirmation breakout point. And we're able to go over 5 points over this resistance level. So even if you got in at 185, you would have been banking in with that 5-point plus increase from your entry point at 185. All right, so both of my public and private CFO members got this trade idea last night. I posted this at like 11 p.m. I think, almost 12 a.m. And I gave my private CFO members the exact contracts that we want to be looking at for this name. And this name on the same specific contracts gained 150% for my members. So if you guys aren't in the private CFO Discord, make sure you guys hit me up and let me know that you guys want in. Okay, so again, you guys can DM me at ChartsFocus1 on Instagram. That's my Instagram handle. Or you guys can find it in the description box below as well. So for Snow, the momentum has switched back to the buyers, and we're able to go over 185. This is very good. And my ultimate profit target point will be 203 ideally, but most likely I'll be taking it off around 200. But again, 200 is that magnet psychological level. So if we're able to break over to 200, we should be able to see at least a nice retest at 203 and then a smack down. Okay, so again, Snowflake is a laggard. So I expect this name to continue to move up higher, right? Since it really didn't participate in the overall market rally for the past month or so, or past, I would say past 3 months, right? Since the March lows. So this one, it's needing to really retest that 203 weekly resistance level, as you guys can see here on the weekly time frame. So make sure you guys take a look at this. All right, so that is it for these two trade ideas that you guys should be looking at. Anthony, if you're still here, let's take a look at that QCOM. Oh. Okay, so I immediately see a nice double bottom here. Wow. Yeah, so around 102.50, you got a nice bounce, which is also a previous level of support back in mid-August 2020. Nice. So Anthony, I don't know if you see this, but on the weekly time frame, okay, oops, let's try that again. We have a double bottom or a W chart pattern forming. So if we get a very nice run up, which we've been seeing right now, okay, I expect the price to come all the way back to around let me give you a good range, 140 to 144.50. Okay, so 140 to 144.50 will be my long-term profit target for QCOM, Anthony, all right? And the reason why I say that is that, well, if this is indeed a very macro, large double bottom or W chart pattern, okay, and we kind of follow this very ideal price action and price trend, I expect the right side of this double bottom or W chart pattern to follow exactly what happened on the left side of this W chart pattern or double bottom chart pattern, right? So this one went straight down on the left side, so I expect this one to go straight up. And guess what? We've been doing that so far. And thanks to this nice straight up movement, we've been seeing the price go over all my major SMAs, okay? So we went over the 10, the red line here, the 21, the 50, and then the 200. So on the weekly time frame, it's most important that we stay over the 50 and the 200 weekly SMAs, right? Now, with that in mind on the weekly time frame, let's take this out. The daily looks pretty good, all right? So the RSI, let me show you guys. All right, it won't be there we go. It won't be overbought, right? But we're nearing that stage, right? We're nearing that value of 70, which is fine. That just means that buyers are here, right? Buyers are strong, a lot stronger than the sellers. That's all the RSI is telling us for now. So I'm not gonna expect an immediate pullback unless the overall markets pull back. But QCOM, I expect it to kind of flag out, maybe a small micro momentum bull flag, right? And the reason why I call it a micro momentum bull flag is that, well, they are small, right? We can get maybe 2 to 4 days of consolidation before we see another breakout higher to create another leg up higher move. And so if that happens, I expect us to go back over to retest 127 or around 127.20-ish, which was the previous pivot high point here, right? 127.31. So who knows? Maybe you might even retest exactly at this 127.31 or even break over 127.31. Okay, so QCOM, hopefully, Anthony, if you're still here, that was helpful. All right, now let's take a look at crowd. So this one, absolutely amazing. All right, I got out of this one a little bit too early, but that's okay. So this one is indeed definitely on watch for another pivot high point to be made, possibly around 166 to 168. That is your range, okay? 166 to 168. That will be your profit target areas for CRWD, CrowdStrike. All right, 166 to 168. And the reason why I say that, well, again, as it shows on the R side, we're not overbought. All right, I mean, I already knew this just based on the price action. And also, hey, what's up, Mama Lava? Nope, it hasn't been discussed yet. Thank you so much. And make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get to 10 likes for all the people who are just coming in. And for the people who are just coming in, okay, this live stream is already recording right now, and it will be automatically, by default, uploaded on the channel. Make sure you guys take a look at the first, I would say, 20 minutes of the live stream. I go over critical information for the market tomorrow, and I give you guys 2 trade ideas, Rivian and Snowflake, right? RIVN and SNOW for you guys to take home tomorrow. Okay, so hopefully those 2 trade ideas work out really well for you all. It's been working out great for us, so it should be working out great for you guys, especially in this bull market environment. So CRWD, I just expect a continuation to the upside. We had a very nice retest and hold of the 21 here on the daily, right? I even predicted that we'll stay around 148.50. Joel, if you're still in here, I know you are. I think I told you about this. Maybe it was a different name, but I told you that we should be holding around 148.50, and then we'll get a coinciding retest of my daily 21 SMA, which is my light blue line right over here. All right, so this makes sense. And so once we're able to hold 148.50, which is now a daily level of support, we had this 154 level of resistance that we needed to get over. And after constant retests here, including today, we broke out with great amount of buying force and a great amount of volume at 7.5 million compared to the average volume of 5.2 million. So this is a very, very good volume breakout, right? It's backed by volume on this breakout over 154, and we should potentially get a higher high compared to this high at 161.79. Okay, hey, 7 likes, let's go. 3 more, guys. So once we're able to get over 161.79, I expect us to continue to grind higher until we hit 166, where I expect a little bit of more of a resistance, and then possibly maximum we hit 168. That will be the ideal price target for a rejection. Why? Because that is the next major pivot high point at 168.48. Okay, so realistically speaking, I expect us to hit 168 at that whole number level and then smack right back down. Okay, so again, we have these 2 pivot high points that we need to go over, specifically 161.79, and then the second one, we need to reach at least 168 before we smack back down to have a nice little pullback. All right, so Anthony, hopefully that was useful. I expect you to use that information tomorrow in the private CFO Discord, so see you then. Thank you for providing me with those tickers. Adriana, you're next. Starbucks. Yes, yes, yes. So this one, oh man, this is great. This is great. So there is a very good double bottom chart pattern forming on Starbucks. So just like what we saw, okay, on QCOM with Anthony's QCOM, right? Starbucks here has a very nice W over double bottom chart pattern forming, right? So, oh guys, what's up? What's up? Looks like we are having a full packed house tonight. So again, we have our left bottom here, or the first bottom, and then the right bottom, or the second bottom, is now forming. So if history repeats here in the market, which it often does, I expect another move like this to happen after that first bottom or or the left bottom formed, right? Nice move up higher. So I'm going to expect another move up higher right here. Okay, oops, like that. Okay, very ugly, but You guys know what I mean. All right, there we go. I fixed it. So with that in mind, okay, if you go on the daily, we're back above the 10 and 21 SMAs. Okay, Adriana, make sure you listen to this carefully. So today we ended up with a doji candlestick. So basically, buyers and sellers ended up in a stalemate, right? That's what a doji candlestick means. So there's a possibility that tomorrow we can pull back, because again, what I said earlier when the live stream started, we have OPEX tomorrow, which usually ends up being a red day as people sell before all these options simultaneously expire. So with that knowledge in mind, and the fact that we have a doji candlestick, and for the fact that we have also closed over both my 10 and 21 daily SMAs, we can come back down to retest especially the 21 SMA as a new level of support as confirmation, right? We need confirmation after breaking over it. So if that happens, I expect us to come back down, maybe retest around this psychological $100 level, this whole number level, 100. This is a very, very big magnet level. And if you're wondering why, well, this is where we are entering into 3-digit territory, right? So at $100 level is always going to be a very important level, no matter what stock that you're looking at. So 100 is a huge magnet level. So if you do indeed see a pullback, we're going to see a smack right back down to 100. And if you see that smack down, I expect this 100 to hold, and then we can go up higher and possibly retest, okay? I don't know why my levels have moved, back to 103. And guess what? We can squeeze up there and rapidly move up higher because we'll be taking out any shorts that are left here, which we've been doing, including today, and we can go over and fill in this gap down that we never filled in. And when we fill in the gap down, what do, guys? We are taking out the sellers who have created this past gap down price action. Does everyone understand? Give me a thumbs up in the chat, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Let's see the chat active here. Thumbs up, guys. If you guys are following along and if you guys think this live stream is very helpful. Seven likes. Let's get to 10. 3 more, guys. Let's go. Thumbs up. Yes, understood. Nice. Perfect. There you go. All right. Okay. So Adriana, for a quick game plan for you tomorrow, here's what I would suggest. Either wait until we're able to break over 102 to get a nice entry point to the long side. And once that happens, it's going to be a tough battle because once we break over 102, there's going to be a huge, well, not really huge, but there's going to be a gap where sellers are residing. And there's a lot of sellers below this 103 level because that's where we broke to the downside and we caused this move to the downside. And so if we're able to break over 102 tomorrow, which is also over the previous high today in perspective to tomorrow, right? Since today's candlestick is going to be the previous high today, tomorrow on Friday, we should be able to see a nice move to the upside and ultimately retest 103 if we do get a squeeze as we have OPEX tomorrow. But if we do see a pullback thanks to OPEX, again, OPEX tends to be a red day, right? As people sell before simultaneous expirations, we can see a pullback back down to retest the 21 SMA, which will be around $100 because right now the 21 SMA has closed at 100.16, $100.16. Okay, so make sure you have that in mind and make sure you have that on your chart. All right, Adriana, the last one here. Ooh, KO. This is a staple of a name. So, KO, Coca-Cola Company, right? This is Warren Buffett's, one of Warren Buffett's favorite stock other than Apple, right? So this is making a huge base, right? So Hey, Sunil, what's up? Oh my God, we really do have a full packed house today. Welcome, guys. Oh, 8 likes. Guys, 2 more likes and we get 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I miss Rivian Talk. How long are we holding that swing? Well, that depends on the price action. So, Sunil, make sure you come back to the recording. So stick around to 20 to 25 minutes and watch what I say about the market tomorrow and what we should expect in OPEX. And I go over Rivian and Snow. All right. So, and Sunil, I believe you're in the public CFO Discord if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think you are. So, KO, Adriana. All right. If you're still here, Adriana, are you still here? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Just got to make sure that you guys are here and active. No one's sleeping. I think you're still in here. So, for KO, we're making this very nice, well, we're ranging, right? So, we're range bound on KO. Okay, oh, not KKO, right? So, this means that we're going to be constantly oscillating between 59, which is our big immediate level of support on the weekly time frame. So, let's make that green. And then we have a huge level of resistance around 64, which is the weekly level of resistance. Okay, so this is something that you guys should be looking at, right? Because KO, right, especially in the bull market, and if it's range trading, it's gonna be very easy to trade, right? We can get an entry point at 59, long it at 59, sell it at 64, and then short it at 64 for a rejection. Very, very easy. Right? I mean, it's one of the most easiest trading styles to have, just range bound. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to know how long it's going to be range bound, but we can use this, right? This has been happening already, right? And we just started this as well. So for KO, definitely a long-term play. Today, we got a very nice move to the upside as we broke over the 21 SMA. And guys, stick around right now. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna give you guys a very critical and important piece of information on my SMAs. So I've said this multiple times in my past videos and past live streams for the last 2 years. So make sure you guys listen. All right. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing, but for the people who are new here, okay, this should deserve a like on the live stream. So my 10 and 21 SMAs are my momentum SMAs. And whenever the price gets back over the 10 SMA after a very large downtrend, okay, the price, okay, starts to stick around the 10, the red line here, and the 21 SMA. We start to stick between these two SMAs. And guess what? That is exactly what we've been doing, right? Between here and right over here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So 9 candlesticks or 9 days, we've been stuck in between the 10 and the 21 SMAs. Now, this is where I like to call it coiling, right? The price starts to coil or spring coil between the 10 and 21 SMAs. And when that happens, when we're both holding over the 10 SMA and then using the 21 as a resistance, as we continue to stay in between the 10 and 21 SMAs, we tend to get a large breakout over the 21 SMA. Because again, the 21 is being used as a level of resistance, and then the 10 SMA is being used as a level of support. But in this case, right, what I just said was a lot more, has a lot more confidence in what I just said, because on the daily, what do we have here? This yellow line, the daily 200 SMA, which is a huge level of support, even a bigger level of support than the 10 SMA. And so we've had a huge area of demand forming on top of the 200 SMA and the 10 SMA, which is the reason why we got a huge run up and break over the 21 SMA after 9 days of coiling and consolidating in between the area of the 10 and the 21 SMA. Did that make sense, everyone? Let me know in the chat if that made sense. Type in made sense. All right, perfect. I know there's like maybe almost a minute of a lag, so. All right, so, and here's one thing, Adriana, okay? So, and for everyone else as well, okay? Defensive names, cyclical names, right? So, if you guys don't know, okay, KO is a consumer non-durable, right? So, this one, these names tend to go up when the market starts to act a little bit more defensive, which means, okay, the market is ready for a pullback, right? And so investors and traders are expecting this. And so they're starting to go into names like KO. And so I expect this one to continue to move up higher until we retest 62, which should also coincide with my daily 50 SMA as seen here by this dark blue line. So expect KO to go to 62 in the next couple of trading days into next week. Adriana, did that make sense? All right, so Anthony, we did your QCOM and crowd. And then Adriana, we did your Starbucks and KO. All right, hopefully that makes sense. And Adriana, we need you. We need you in the privacy of a Discord. And Sunil, you too as well. You guys will be great adds to the community here for Charts Focus 1. It's growing bigger and bigger every day. All right, so Mama Lava, yours is the last one here. SPCE. So this one is a complete garbage stock. However, okay, this is something that I've already told my private CFO Discord members, my private members, okay? You want to be trading these garbage and poop stocks, literally, during bull markets, right? Because that's when we tend to see those very large short squeezes, okay? And for example, let me give you guys a good example of a poop stock, okay? Jumia Technologies. This is the Amazon of Africa, right? And back in 2020, right, when we bottomed out in March 2020, and we had that very large V-shaped recovery to the upside, and we followed suit with that huge market gains in that bull market, in that new bull market. JMIA, for no reason, just skyrocketed higher on the back of hype that this was the new Amazon in Africa, right? Because Africa has a growing population compared to the rest of the West, and people were just really into this stock. But the balance sheet said otherwise. This is a very, very trash stock, right? You wouldn't want to be in this one long term. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. And so JMIA only rose up because the overall market conditions allowed it to have a very nice short squeeze. And again, JMIA is about to have similar market conditions again, right? Okay, so keep your eye on this one. So SPCE is another one of those names. These trash garbage stocks tend to do well when the market starts to do well, right? We saw this the same thing back in 2019, right? And then into 2020. So Virgin Galactic Holdings, right? This company is absolute garbage, right? The balance sheet, right? The income statements are, it's just horrible, right? It's very, very horrible. But it's been making this very, very nice weekly, okay, descending channel or falling wedge. To me, it looks like a descending channel, but again, the same thing, right? Falling wedge, descending channel, they're both inherently bullish. So you don't really need to argue whether or not it's a falling wedge or a descending channel. It's the same thing. All right, it's very time consuming and you're wasting your time essentially if you're trying to argue that it's either a falling wedge or descending channel, all right, with someone online. They're both the same thing. It's inherently bullish. That's all you need to know. So this one on the weekly time frame has been garnering strength, right? The relative strength is there. And Anthony, yes, I will go over beyond. All right, that will be the last one for tonight, guys. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this stream and hopefully it's very, very insightful. We're going on to the 52-minute mark here. Nice. First of all, guys, thank you so much for even staying. So again, just like for Rivian and AI, as I've shown you guys, weekly is showing a recalibration back to that 40s to 50s normal range on the RSI. That's good. Now let's check on the monthly. So monthly is a bit different. Okay, so monthly is still showing not oversold conditions. All right, we're sticking around a value of 39 to 40s. We're constantly oscillating between 39 and 40. We've been doing that since last year, mid last year. So that hasn't changed. However, I love the fact that the RSI has literally flatlined. All the while, the price continues to make lower lows and lower highs. That's usually a very weak bullish sign, a bullish divergence. It's a hidden divergence on the RSI and the price action, but it's a weak bullish signal. Okay, so for this one, right, I would expect to see, if I want to see a stronger bullish sign from the RSI and the price action, I would want to see the RSI actually moving higher, right, making higher highs and higher lows, while the price makes lower highs and lower lows. That's a strong bullish signal or a hidden bullish divergence, right? But in this case, it's not a very strong bullish divergence. It's a very weak one, right? Which is why I call it a weak bullish signal, right? Make sure you guys understand that. So again, you don't really need to know that. Just focus on the price action. But if you are using the RSI, you should know very basic information like that, right? You should have that in your head and be able to identify it and be able to observe it on a chart, just like what I did here for you guys live. So SPCE, I mean, the monthly, it's not really showing us much, right? All we see is that, hey, we're making a nice descending channel or falling wedge. But based on what I said earlier, okay, SPCE could rocket on the backdrop of the market being in a bull market. And so for SPCE, okay, Yo Mama Lava, what a funny username, look for a breakout over $5. So have an alert at $5. Okay? But if you want confirmation, look to get in at $5.20. And by that time, we should be seeing a very nice breakout to the upside. And we even got a nice increase in volume this week so far. So this one is definitely something that you guys should be looking at once the leaders have cooled down and they're pulling back. Because names like this, garbage stocks and small caps, will start to see an increase in trading volume as money flows out from the leaders and the money flows into the laggards and garbage stocks like this. All right, I've repeated this multiple times, so make sure you guys understand that. Look at that. They have a catalyst coming in, doing a commercial flight. So if that is successful, well, that could definitely send this to the moon here. It can literally skyrocket, right? I mean, this is a company based on, commercial flights and space. So yeah, so I mean, if that catalyst is successful there, I mean, this can definitely break over $5 or ultimately over this descending level of resistance that makes up the overall descending channel. Okay? Or falling wedge. Again, potato. All right, it's the same thing. All right, last but not least, Beyond. Oh, and guess what, guys? Take that out. This one is also the same as we saw with SPCE, as we saw with JMIA, right? As we saw with Rivian, and as we saw with AI, right? So on the weekly, we're seeing some good recalibration back to the quote-unquote normal ranges of the RSI between 40 and 50. How do we know? Well, I mean, just take a look at the oscillating line, right? People always ask me, how do you know? Well, just look at it. Look at it for yourself. Between 40 and 50, right? So we're attempting to at least stay between that range. Now let's check the monthly. So monthly, again, just like SPCE, we're not really doing much. We've kind of flatlined, but we're not also overtly oversold, right? We're still staying above that 30 value. And, okay, as we have flatlined, we're creating an hidden RSI divergence, right? Just like with SPCE. But again, it's a very weak one. Why? Because the RSI has flatlined while the price is making lower highs and lower lows. If you wanted a stronger hidden divergence, I would want to see higher highs and higher lows on the RSI and then lower highs and lower lows, the same thing, on the price action and price trend. Okay, so that should make sense by now. All right, just give you guys a quick review what I just said earlier. So Beyond, okay, this one obviously needs to have a nice short squeeze, right? And we have earnings coming up on the first week of August, yeah, or about, right? I don't think the official date is confirmed yet, or data is not showing yet on TradingView, but it's somewhere around the first week of August, right? August 3rd. And so if we're going to use that as a catalyst, we can see a monthly run up between June to July and all the up to the end of July or the beginning of August, right before earnings, and possibly have a short squeeze over to $21 or even 21.50, right? Why do I say that? Well, that's because that was our previous pivot high point here, right? Specifically, we hit $22.87 as seen by this monthly candlestick on February, right? But this one was from a different reason, right? We saw that markets, like every single market, right? The small cap, mid cap, large cap, the mega cap, they all topped out in the first week of February. And so this one broke down to the downside, right? But if this one were to squeeze, I expect it to go all the way back to this $21 area. Or if you guys want a nice range, 21 to 22.50 area. All right, so Beyond, definitely another squeeze candidate, but on the weekly time frame, there really isn't a chart pattern unless, okay, we're gonna kind of push it here, right? Push the limits of what we're even identifying as a double bottom. But based on what we see here, we have a double bottom, the first bottom or the left bottom here, which has formed already. And then our second bottom or right bottom right over here, which is currently forming. So again, this is lower highs and lower lows. So who knows, right? This double bottom may not even play out. We might be seeing another, yet again, lower high based on today's price action or this week's high, right? Which was at 14.63, okay? But if we are able to catapult away from this descending level of support, okay, I fully expect to see a huge short squeeze back to 21 to 22.50. All right, so again, look at these trash stocks, right? Rivian, JMIA, SPCE, right? Beyond, okay? All of these are great candidates when the market decides to cool down and we see that money flowing out from leaders and into laggards like these garbage stocks. Does that make sense? So Anthony, hopefully this one will be helpful for you because on the daily, looks like this one's gaining and garnering momentum. I mean, the relative strength is there too. Let's check the MACD. So MACD should have already crossed. Yeah, look at that. So the MACD should have already crossed over. All right, there was already crossover back in May, late May. So, and we've consistently held this as well. And we've gone over this value of 0. Right, we've moved out the negative territory, which is good. That means the bullish momentum is back on this stock. But I mean, we don't really need to look at this. The MACD, the price really tells us. All right, I mean, just look at this huge candlestick. All right, and volatility has been reintroduced in this name as well. How do we know? Based on the price range of each single daily candlestick. All right, for the past couple of days, volatility has increased. So for beyond, Anthony, if you want to trade this one, look for a retest of the daily 50 SMA, which should be coinciding with the whole number level of $12.50. And once that happens, okay, so let me move this one right here. Okay, once we see a bounce at 12.50, I expect us to see the 10 SMA catching up pretty quickly to the price and supporting the price up higher. All right, so this one can definitely squeeze up even more. There's a lot of room overhead, right? Because there's a lot of supply overhead. And so with this retest and reclaiming of the daily 50 SMA, I expect another retest around 12.50, which will also allow the 10 SMA to catch up, which has fallen quite behind here. All right, we should be able to see another bounce back upward and possibly be able to hit my desired area in the long term between 21 to 22.50. Does that make sense? All right. Well, looks like most of you guys got the message. So hopefully today's or tonight's live stream was really helpful and insightful. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and make sure you guys hit that notification bell because you want to make sure that you get a notification when I am live on YouTube. And I believe YouTube also notifies you through email as well, if you have allowed those settings. Okay. So again, for the people who are just joining in now, welcome. But the live stream is now ending here. But don't worry, this recording of the live stream will be automatically, by default, uploaded on the YouTube channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed so that you're able to see this live stream video. All right, so good luck tomorrow. Again, as a reminder, tomorrow is OPEX. All right, so make sure you guys at least look at the first 20 to 25 minutes of the recording. All right, and make sure you guys, try to stick around even after 25 minutes because I go over some really important technical information on all the names that you guys have given me tonight. So hopefully you guys are able to use the information and knowledge that I gave you tonight and apply it to your own specific trading strategies. Okay. All right. Good luck tomorrow, and I'll see you all on the next live stream next Tuesday. All right, remember it's next Tuesday. I have my live streams on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Okay, have a great rest of your night and see you guys all next week. Thank you for joining.